'Twas the night before December, and all through this pod, three creatures were stirring. Hi, I'm Adam. I didn't have a rhyme because I didn't make time to see this to the end, but here I am, here with my friends. Joining me on the pod is my co-host and pal, Bella Harvey. How do you do?
Are you ready to jingle your bells?
All the jingling, all the bells.
I referenced that video the other day. I haven't been introduced yet, but I referenced that video the other day and they did not know what I was talking about. And I was like, I can't tell you this right now. You just have to look it up.
I thought of it last night, right as I was going to sleep. I closed my eyes and I was like, oh my God, I have to say that tomorrow on the podcast. Thank you, mysterious voice of a guest that or a co-host that we don't know the name of because they haven't been introduced.
Indeed it is true. This podcast ain't just two, for we come with number 3, Hadley D. Kelly.
Hello. I'm Kelly. Nice to talk to y'all. I wish I had cocoa next to me in my mug, but it is
Wine.
water.
Hard alcohol.
But if someone could turn my water into wine, that would be great.
I might know a guy. He'll be born in just a month.
You just gotta wait a couple more days, Kelly.
A couple more days.
Did
wait
you
till he's
plan?
30, and boy, let me tell you, the water.
There's gonna be a story. Did you write all those rhymes down, or did you just like
No, that was just me because they could have been better.
freestyle
He's a
rapping?
writer.
Like Pedro Pascal and Wonder Woman in 1984. The rhymes were good, but they could be better.
I haven't.
Because
seen that
this
movie.
is Theme Park Workshop.
Dun dun. Whoa.
But yes, indeed, we are here, us three. It's just happening at this point. We are here to talk about, it's episode 44 of Theme Park Workshop, the podcast. We're just getting into Christmas stuff. It's December time, it's Christmas time, a holiday time, and we're kicking it off.
Merry Crisis.
Yes, Merry Crisis, Merry Chryslers.
Merry Quimmer. Merry Crinklebergen.
Crinklebergen.
Mhm.
For Chris?
Hmm.
Oh, wait, no, that's Kringle, not Crinkle.
Crinkle.
Syllables. Overrated, really.
Syllables.
But yes, we're here kicking off our Christmas talks, our holiday talks, and our crises with, well, not crises, but SeaWorld Christmas Celebration over in Orlando, Florida. Before we get into that, I do want to thank a special group of people, and that is our patrons. Special thank you to our patrons, Jen Harvey, our $20 Amazing Adventures tier patron, as well as Landon Kanoki, Jonathan Edouard, Jordan Buster, Greg Harvey, and Joshua Gonzalez. Thank you so much for your patronage. Y'all are awesome. If you want to join these awesome people and get some bonus episodes and more, you can follow our Patreon, join our Patreon at patreon.com/Theme Park Workshop. Start at $1 if you just want to support us, and we go all the way to 20. But yes, wonderful people. But we actually have a patron sponsored segment as part of the $20 tier. Jen Harvey has requested a segment of us, which is the hot chocolate over at SeaWorld Christmas Celebration. This is a wonderful offering that they have here that comes in many flavors and different glasses and so much deliciousness that you can get during the dates of November 10th, which has passed, until January 2nd. You still have time. But yes, the hot chocolate, sponsored by Jen Harvey. That should be a shirt. Hot chocolate, sponsored by Jen Harvey.
I'm gonna make it.
Merry Christmas.
Give it to her for Christmas.
Well, thank you, Jen, for requesting this because I love any excuse to ramble on about hot chocolate. So I guess I'll start it off. I had the gingerbread flavored hot chocolate at SeaWorld and it was amazing. And we'll talk about the tasting lanyards a little bit later, but if you get a tasting lanyard included, you get a complimentary reusable cup, which is awesome, and it's a hot chocolate mug this year. So they have a light up version and then they also have a regular mug. It depends which location you go to. I'm sure that the lovely people will be able to tell you which cup they have at their location. So definitely, if you have a specific one that you're looking for, you can always ask. Adam, which location did we go to get the tall ones that light up? Do you know?
Yes. Do I?
It was outside of A Wondrous Night.
Exactly. Yeah. It's outside of
Yes.
A Wondrous Night, which
At
for you thrill
Nautilus.
seekers, the Nautilus Theater right by Mako, which some would say is the best roller coaster in Orlando. I don't
I
say I
would.
have that opinion. Okay. But Kelly does.
I don't know if best in Orlando. I would say best at SeaWorld for sure. It's one of my favorites in Orlando. But I love a good hill.
If you go see A Wondrous Night, which we'll talk about later, you should. Before you go in, get one of these hot cocos. But you said that you got the gingerbread flavor?
Yes, and it was so good because it's got pieces of cookie in it, and it's like all throughout it. Like the whole time I was drinking it, it was not just on the top. There were pieces of cookie all throughout. They were perfect texture because they were like warm, but still like a little bit like, oh, they were perfect. So it's just like crumbled pieces of cookies. It was a perfect gingerbread flavor. Very sweet. So if you're not into like super sweet drinks, first of all, what are you doing drinking a hot chocolate? But this particular hot chocolate is probably not the best choice for you. There were two other flavors. There was peppermint and toasted marshmallow. If you're not into the super sweet, but you like mint, I'd probably go with peppermint. Neither of us drank that one, so I can't give a first-hand account, but I've heard good things. Because it's got, if you like that festive peppermint flavor, that's a nice way to cut all the chocolate and everything. But if you want to go all in, you can go for the gingerbread. Adam, how was the toasted marshmallow one?
Yes, that is the one I got. So if you want your classic hot cocoa, but more, perfect. Because as you know, when you have hot cocoa, you got to have the marshmallows, you got to have the whipped cream, and boy, did this have that. And it was just the perfect comfort drink as we were watching A Wondrous Night and walking through the park, and it's getting a little chilly out. So it was perfect. And just the Busch family or the SeaWorld family, these parks, just I don't know what they've done, but they've mastered hot cocoa between Busch Gardens Christmas Town last year and SeaWorld Christmas Celebration this year. I look forward to going just for the hot cocoa. And as you said, they do have a peppermint flavor as well. And you can also, if you're feeling a little extra festive, a little extra jolly, you can make your drink jolly too. What am I talking around there? You can add some 21 plus additions, if you know what I mean. You can add peppermint schnapps. It is schnapps, right? Yes. Okay, cool. Bailey's Irish cream. As you can tell, I had to get mine jolly. Or Kahlua. For an extra charge. And at the booth we went to, which is number 7 for those keeping track at home, they also have a Ho 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 Frojito, which is a frozen blend of Bacardi rum, mint, lime juice, and garnished with lime. Did not try that, but it does sound like it could be very delicious. Again, I think SeaWorld and Busch have done a great job with the hot cocoa because I've never heard so many variations that have made me excited and tasted so many that have been just delightful. I sing the praises of Busch hot cocoa. And I'm not just saying this because we're doing a segment on hot cocoa. I would have said this regardless, but thank you, Jen Harvey, for your patronage.
The hot chocolate, it's literally so good for absolutely zero reason. I also got the toasted marshmallow one, but I got it with peppermint schnapps.
Woohoo.
Oh my gosh, it is so good. I've also had the gingerbread with Kahlua.
I was literally gonna say that sounds incredible.
It is life-changing. Life-changing. I'm sure it's great with Bailey's too. I was gonna get the peppermint one with peppermint schnapps. And I'm like, I'm a peppermint girly, but not like that. But like, if you want a nice, perfect peppermint hot chocolate and you are over the age of 21, definitely do the toasted marshmallow with the peppermint schnapps. It just like, it's already warm because, it's hot. And then you also get like that warmth from the alcohol, and it's just like perfectly peppermint. So good. It's always the perfect temperature, perfect consistency, perfect flavor. Like, I also am really like, the hot chocolate is what gets me there. Like, I mean, also my friends in Sesame Street, but hot chocolate too. I bring my cup with me every time I'm there. It does not leave my side when I'm in Orlando during this season, especially when I'm at SeaWorld. I've always I got that thing on me. It's
I love
good.
that. I love that.
And it's the same at Busch Gardens. So if you're going to either, I believe you can also bring your SeaWorld cup because they are refillable. I believe it's $2 for a one without alcohol, I believe. So I think you might be able to bring your SeaWorld cup. I'm not sure though. I'm going to Christmastown soon and I'm going to bring it just in case. But like, it's not I mean, the hot chocolate, it is kind of pricey. It's like $9, I think, but it's also kind of big and it's really good and I think it's worth it. So like, I'm going to get it anyway.
Honestly, you could definitely even split it. Like, especially if you got one of the tall glasses, I could have split it because it's like very decadent and rich and I didn't need the whole thing. I drank it anyway, but but I could have split it with someone.
It's so good. It's so good.
And it's blinky. If you get the collectible cup, it is blinky.
I know. I'm so sad I didn't get mine from there because I want the blinky cup.
Yeah. But imagine trying to down that while boarding for Mako. That was
absolutely
my
not.
experience.
I would not be boarding Mako anyway. But even with that,
I love that ride. One thing that's cool though is we'll talk about A Wondrous Night later, but when we got there a little bit too early and we were trying to figure out like what to do because we wanted to make sure we were going to get to do all of our stuff. And I asked someone who was working there, like an ops person. I was like, hey, you know, are we allowed to bring drinks and food in here? And they said, yes, absolutely. And in fact, we encourage it, which I'm not used to for indoor theaters at theme parks. So I thought that was pretty cool that you could bring drinks and food into Nautilus Theater. So definitely keep that in mind. I would highly recommend getting yourself a hot chocolate and going to see A Wondrous Night because, spoiler alert, it was great. And we'll talk about that shortly.
It's the best. A Wondrous is the best.
But while we're on the subject of food, we mentioned some tasting lanyards. And so just so you're prepared, if you decide to go to SeaWorld Christmas Celebration, what this is going to cost you, because, you know, we've talked about, I think we generally think that tasting lanyards are worth it. It's a great way to sample a lot of food. So there is a 5 sample tasting lanyard that's $45, a 10 sample lanyard for $60. But if you're a pass holder for SeaWorld, for the same price of $60, you can get the 12 sample. So I believe that's it is exclusive to pass holders. I did that for Christmastown last year, and I split it up with my friends, and we got we were extremely satisfied with that. So that's the tasting lanyards. There is a number of new locations as well, or new food items at these locations, and just to kind of hit those highlights very quickly, we have a wreath pretzel, as well as Oreo beignets, strawberry and cream beignets, and a dulce de leche mini cake. And they call this drink the Christmas Cheers. It's a Hendrick's gin with cranberry, orange lime, and garnished with an orange wheel. You have corn chowder, mini apple pie with cinnamon and cloves, and some spiked milk and cookies. They call it not Santa's milk and cookies because he has to drive on Christmas Eve. They have the Jolly Philly cheesesteak, rustic gingerbread cake with vanilla bean mousse and powdered sugar, whipped cream, gingerbread martini, and a mistletoe margarita with their own special flavors. You also get a pumpkin lava cake. That's new. As well as the festive barbecue pulled pork and waffle. So it's like chicken and waffles, but with pork. Red velvet mini bundt cake, apple cider punch with bourbon and ginger beer and lime juice. S'mores donut, peppermint sled, which is just a peppermint donut topped with ice cream and mini peppermint candy cane. Glue wine. What's glue wine? It's warm wine with natural flavors infused with cinnamon and star anise.
So a mulled wine?
I think so.
Yeah, for sure. Because star anise is like is it a spice? I know what it looks like. Yeah, okay, it's like a spice. So it's kind of
a star.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's like a mulled wine, warm.
That sounds good.
Does sound good.
And over by Sesame Street and Wild Arctic, you have the mini pecan pie. That's new. Who loves a good pecan pie? This guy. As well as mistletoe lamb chops. These are not at Sesame Street. We're moving on from Sesame Street with the new stuff. They got mistletoe lamb chops if you want to be a little bit adventurous. As well as a seafood North Pole Newburg and a bread bowl, Oreo cheesecake, Christmas spritz, Hidden Seas red blend. Those last two are alcoholic drinks. A lot of unique alcoholic drinks. Not alcoholic drinks. Alcoholic drinks? Drinks with alcohol. Not just drinks
alcoholic
for alcoholics.
Drinks, yeah. That is still what they're called.
Speaking of alcohol, all brand new moonshines of different flavors from butter pecan, eggnog, banana pudding cream, and white chocolate and strawberry cream. And of course, well, you gotta love them, fresh baked stuffed cookies. Double chocolate with salted caramel, white chocolate chip stuffed with cookie butter, and chocolate chip stuffed with Nutella. And I believe that covers them all. But yes, so you've got, those are all brand new. And that's a lot of brand new. Like almost every booth has a new drink or a new food item, new sweets. There's also a bunch of returning favorites. So if some of your favorites from last year, you're still, if you went last year, they're back. But this is our first year, so they weren't returning for us, but there are a good amount of those as well. Obviously, we did not try everything. So we were invited for Media Night. I don't think we said that, but we were invited to Media Night, which was, thank you, SeaWorld. Very grateful for that. Also grateful that we were still let in after I-4 really hated us. But that's just I-4 for you. But yes, we were at Media Night, so we did get a free sampler, free lanyard. Each of us. But even so, there's so much to do. We actually didn't get to use our whole lanyard, but we did try a couple of things. Bella, Kelly, I talked a lot about what food is there. What food did y'all have?
I had the tachos, which are over by Sesame Street Land. And I had always heard very good things about the tachos from my friends in previous years. So I was really excited to try them. Maybe I just gotten off batch, or maybe they were just sitting there too long. But I did not like them. I think it was the seasoning that was on it. I don't know. There was chili on it. It was something, because I was really excited. But it honestly kind of made me nauseous. So maybe I just got a bad batch, but I'm honestly too scared to get another one. But all my friends, you guys liked it. All my friends that were there liked it. So maybe it was just me and my taste didn't agree with it. But I mean, I've always heard good things about it in the past. And then my friend Madeline got the chicken and waffles thing, and that looked amazing. One thing about SeaWorld is they usually always have pretty good food for their events, or just in normal day-to-day. Yeah, I know you guys tried some other things as well.
Yes, I really liked, I can't remember which booth it is, but it's the same booth with the tachos over by Sesame Street. It's called Totting Around the Christmas Tree, actually, booth 12. I just looked it up. But I actually did like the tachos. I ate the rest of Bella's tachos. I thought they were super good. But then I ended up getting the main event, which is your standard Thanksgiving plate. So it's got fried turkey, cornbread stuffing, cranberry, and brown gravy, and it was amazing. I thought it was better than the tachos. I still really liked the tachos, but this is just very classic. So I would say, try them both, split them with someone, see who likes what the best. But that's also where the mini pecan pie is. I didn't end up getting it, but I love pecan pie, so if I had any more room in my stomach, I probably would have gotten it. But Adam, what did you like the most?
I also enjoyed the main event. It was great Thanksgiving pre-gaming. Now it's post-gaming. That's just the way things worked out. But yes, if you're still in the Thanksgiving mood, you're not ready to say goodbye, definitely at the main event. But I really liked my fresh baked deep dish cookie from the Holly Jolly Cookies and Cocoa booth. That's number 7 by Nautilus. So when I got our hot cocos, I also got a delectable cookie. I believe I got the white chocolate macadamia nut flavor, which was great. They weren't hot when we got them, but they were still delicious. Still very sweet. Everything you'd want from a big cookie. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I don't believe it was topped with anything. It was just the cookie itself, resting on its own laurels, which it's just Christmas pun, laurel. But yes, it was wonderful. I really enjoyed that.
I did too.
Still dreaming of the hot cocoa, but that
I
deep dish cookie
know.
is really good.
We had them together, which is a lot of sugar at once, but absolutely delicious. I got the M&M cookie, and it was so good. Yeah, because like you said, they weren't like super like warm or anything when we got it, but still delicious, still like falling apart and lovely, like in a good way. I mean, it held together well actually, but it like melts in your mouth is the word I was looking for. It's so good. I dream of them. So yeah, no, that was also amazing.
Those are so good. The cookies are unreasonably good.
So I'd say, because that's all we really got the chance to try. But I know there's so much that we left on the table, the dinner table. So I'd say if you do buy this lanyard, split up with a friend. Actually, Bella, you might know the answer to this question. You can still use the lanyard if you don't use it all in one day, right?
Yes.
There you go. So either like, hey, today I'm going to get the cookie and then we go ride Mako on Manta, which is kind of what we did. And if we come back, or if we came back, you know, then we could get like the pumpkin lava cake or the pecan pie we were just talking about. Honestly, the chicken and waffles and the pork and waffles are kind of calling my name right now. Also because I haven't had dinner yet, but that's okay. I'm going to have salmon later. It's going to be delicious. They don't have salmon here, but they do have that seafood thing, which also sounds good. I would eat that up. Didn't have time. So actually I was going to give you a strategy of how to go about using this lanyard, but perhaps the best strategy is just go your own pace. You can come back later. You can come back another time if you're a pass holder or you want to buy another ticket to SeaWorld Christmas Celebration. Yeah, I mean, besides you and the tachos, Bella, I think we had pretty good feelings about all this food. And I know I had good feelings with the Busch Gardens version last year too.
I did want to say one thing I didn't mention is that this is included with your daytime admission, which is a really important thing to note because there's a lot of events that are not included with your admission. Like for example at Disney with the Very Merry Christmas and Jollywood Nights, those are not included in daytime admission. All the stuff at Universal is included with your daytime admission, so I guess it's mostly Disney, but there are other places that have specific Christmas events as well that are obviously, it's not a separately ticketed, but you know what I mean, it's like an event ticket, unless those kind of places are offering a pass of some sort, which they may be. So it's nice to know that you can go during the day. Because personally, what I would recommend is to get a day ticket or a fun card, unless you have an annual pass, or get an annual pass, honestly, because the free parking is definitely worth it if you get a pass that includes parking if you're going to go more than a couple times with your fun card, and you're going to be parking your own vehicle there instead of like getting dropped off or taking public transportation or something like that. So I would recommend get some kind of, pass where you can go during the day, get a multi-night, get a day ticket and go earlier in the day and ride all the roller coasters that you want to do earlier in the day. It is cool to do them at night. So if there's any that you want to do like again or anything like that, or the lines aren't super long, which I will tell you that Pipeline will probably still be super long because it was all night for us. But go during the day and get all of your coasters and any daytime stuff out of the way that you want to do. If you want to do any animal encounters, any daytime shows, hang out there during the day at least a few hours before the event starts. And then when the event starts, just take full advantage of the event offerings. There's so many shows that we'll talk about in a second here that are amazing. There's Parade. There is obviously the food offerings, which there's tons of. So don't eat too much before the event starts, or eat earlier in the day so that you're like ready for snacks. But there's just so much to offer, as well as the fireworks at the end and everything like that. So you're going to want to do the event stuff during the event. So definitely get there early enough. We had no choice with I-4, but when you're going, think about traffic and make it happen, because the event stuff is just magical, and I'm so excited that we get to tell you guys about it.
Yes, and I also want to say, even though it is included in your park admission, which massive win, especially for all that they offer. I think it's actually more than Universal, honestly, when you break it down. Like Universal has the Grinchmas show, which is spectacular. They've got the tribute store, which is spectacular. I haven't been to, I've seen Grinchmas. I haven't seen the tribute store yet this year. But other than decorations and, a few overlays, like a Blues Brothers. There's not too much of their advertising as being part of holidays this year. All of it's included.
Also, food booths open at 5 p.m. daily. Those like aren't like an all day thing. So the event, like, I guess the event is all day. Like parade, like the Sesame Parade, a couple Sesame shows are during the day. But most of like the other stuff, like a Wondrous, Mrs. Claus, like a lot of other things do start at 5 when booths open. You can meet Santa all day too. But yeah, so that is one thing to keep in mind. Some things do open at 5 p.m. But most of it like shows and everything, most of them do have show times during the day and afternoon. Show times may vary though.
Make sure you check the app for that.
Yeah.
But before we got into the shows, I did also want to say that even though it is free and it includes a lot, free with your ticket, of course, they do offer a bunch of upgrades and some additional things. Like they have a VIP tour that starts at 3:30, and you can kind of get a bunch of stuff. If that's what you want to do, it's more expensive than a park ticket, so it's $300. So keep that in mind. But you can also pay for ice skating, and that's like $15. They have reserved seating for the shows, and that's where we were sat, and it's really good seating. That's worth it to you. It includes both Wondrous Night and Winter Wonderland on Ice, which is at Bayside Stadium, which is by Pipeline. If you want to take the kiddos to Sesame Street Christmas breakfast, they got that. And if you want dinner with Santa, they have that as well. And they have VIP fireworks viewing that includes cookies, cocoa, and milk, with the special holiday guest. I don't know who that is, but that's how they're advertising it. Interesting. And of course, you can buy reserved seating for New Year's Eve fireworks. Those are things that they offer on top of your ticket if you think those are worth it to you. I just wanted to shout that out before we moved on to the shows, which we're about to do now. To preface the shows, I would say of the ones that I saw here, it's very similar to Howl-O-Scream Orlando in that shows continue to be the strength of a SeaWorld special event. I loved, for HOS, I loved the Siren Show and Monster Stomp. You might as well just buy a ticket to Howl-O-Scream to watch Monster Stomp like 5 times, or however many times they show it during the event. But while they do that for Halloween, I think for Christmas, at least for the shows, we weren't able to see all of them, Kelly and I know Bella, you saw a lot of the ones that we didn't see, so we're going to be able to talk a lot about many of these. What we saw was really, really great. Starting with, we've been teasing it, Oh Wondrous Night, which is a reenactment, a retelling of the Nativity with some puppet animal characters, and a small choir of like 15 or 20 angels, and it brings the house down. I don't have words for it. I'll get words, but can someone help me? It's so good.
It is just magical and amazing, and there's live animals, and it's just like, it's like there's no words to describe how good Oh Wondrous Night is. Like the singing, the dancing, the choreography is cute. The story, obviously we all know the story, but they tell it in like a really cute and like really funny way. It's just so good, and I love all the animals at the end. Sometimes you get some birds that are acting a little silly. I know the other night one of them landed on the male singer. And then when I saw it a couple days later after the media event. There was a bird just walking around the stage and not flying. But it is a must-see for the like Orlando Christmas season. Definitely get out there and go see that if you can.
Yeah, I had never seen this show. And it was incredible. It's completely unlike anything you'll see at any of the other theme parks in the area. It was stunning. The singing had me very teary-eyed. The puppetry was very fun, and everyone was very hilarious that was doing like the puppets, and they did such a great job with that. It was beautiful. I was amazed by the animals. I did not realize there were like live animals in this show. And that was just very cool to see. I won't spoil it, but there are some very cool animals that you'll see. Some very big animals, but just like the birds were cool. The acting was great. It was just a great show. I really enjoyed it. It's perfect to get you in the holiday spirit. And if you are a person of faith, it may be even particularly I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, touching to you, because it's very different from the other shows that kind of are very more like Santa based, or like very, holiday general, for people that are, it's kind of just like more of a general holiday feel at those. Like Grinchmas obviously is about the Grinch, and Disney, they have things like text you Merry Christmas, and it's like very like just general holiday stuff. This was definitely very closely tied to stories from Christianity, of course. Well, you can tell I'm not religious. The story for Christmas. I will say, as a non-religious person, I thought this was an absolutely stunning show and still a must-see. And it still made me very teary-eyed and was beautiful. But if you are a person of faith, I think that it would mean even more. I don't know if y'all can vouch for that, but it was gorgeous. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell because I'm like nativity shorthand, and you're like, it's kind of based around Christianity and Bible things, So like
Bible question mark?
a baby, and some
a baby
animals.
There was a baby there.
A camel.
And
there's some
these winged creatures. I think they're called angels.
Listen, I'm not that super religious anymore either, but I love going, like, if that's church, sign me up. Like, yeah. I'll go. I will go to my church service, which is just Wondrous Night playing at 5 and 7:30 p.m. daily.
That would be incredible. I actually did. I guess I can share with y'all my funny joke that I made. The first song, I don't even remember what song it was. Hark the Herald Angels Sing? Yeah, and the Herald Angels were killing it, and they were singing their hearts out right in front of me, because we were literally in, like, I think it was technically the second row, but it was like the first row in this part, and they were right there in front of us. It was gorgeous. We have some videos on Instagram and TikTok if you want to go look at them, but stunning performance. And I looked over at Adam and I said, well, I'm religious now, and I was literally like, I'm in church.
It's so amazing. Good. It's so good.
Yeah, and as you're saying, like, it is more impactful, I think, if you, or more meaningful if you are religious, because as soon as it ended, I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to start recommending the show to some people from church and stuff. Like, maybe you should go out to SeaWorld, and if it's in your budget and whatnot. And then at the end, I mean, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but if you know the nativity story, you know the ending. You kind of know where this is going.
Spoiler alert for the birth of Christ.
He's born at the end.
Whoa!
He was born in a barn.
A manger? That's what the song's about.
And he went away in a manger? What? Full story here.
But at the end of the show, they do talk about, like, how can you spread the message of Christmas? And, like, so, I mean, in so many words, like, if you're Christ-like, if you're being like Christ, if you believe in miracles, if you are doing good things to strangers and stuff, like, that is a way you could spread Christmas. And for, those of you who still sit behind pews, you can fill that in for yourself. It's like, oh, this show is about, what's the meaning of Christmas? How can you spread that and stuff? Be like Christ.
You just said the word miracle, and it reminded me of something. I guess they're not doing it this year, but last year they had the orca show going during Christmas stuff, and they have a saxophone player. Well, I guess no, it is still running. I think they had a saxophone player, and they used to have dancers and the singer lady, and she'd get ready, and the song be going, and then we get to the, like, fast-paced part, like the church clap part, really, and she goes, "Are you ready for a miracle? Are you ready for a miracle? SeaWorld!" And it was the best part of the event. Every time I went and saw it, like, oh my gosh, she's not there this year, but I wish she was. But that tangent, you said miracle, and I was like, are you ready for a miracle? Anyway, continue.
I will say, I had said earlier that we got there a little bit too early, but if you are either going multiple nights or you're good at planning or this is like your main thing that you want to do, I would highly recommend going early with your hot chocolate and
It fills
your
up.
cookies.
It fills up quick.
It does. It fills up quick, which maybe that's a good reason to buy the special seating if that's something that you are really wanting. But because that seating was great, but I would definitely get there early also because about 20 or so minutes before the show started, they had a player, a singer with a piano is the word I'm looking for. No, I'm sorry, a guitar.
The guitar?
Let me start over. There was a singer with a guitar, the other word I was looking for. And
what surprise songs did he sing?
He did Mele Kalikimaka because he was from Hawaii, actually.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous. Oh my gosh, y'all won. Y'all won.
The Christmas Eras tour. That was one of them. What else did he sing? There were 3. And this
Jingle
Christmas
Bells.
will be. That was the first one. I can't.
I think there was
is it called
Jingle
This
Bells
Christmas?
because he said, "Who knows the
Yes.
second verse?"
Who's ready to jingle your bells?
Confident. And then these guys from Brazil were like, "We know it."
And they did.
They
They pretty
did.
much knew the whole thing. They only tripped up on like a word or two. But yeah, Jingle Bells. Is it called This Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, that song. Is it Wham? Is that who sings it? I don't remember who sings that song. But you know what I'm talking about. Caroling through the night.
And this Christmas.
That is not a good representation of my singing, by the way. I can sing, not right this second. But anyway, that song and Jingle Bells and Mele Kalikimaka. There might have been another one, but those are the 3 that I remember, and it was great. And then I saw someone posting the other day, and it was a different singer. So I'm not sure what his surprise songs are, but I guess you'll have to go find out. They could be different every night. I have no idea, but there were like 3 or 4, or maybe 5 songs, and it was a very fun time. I highly recommend getting there a little early with your snacks and enjoying, because you are going to want to not have snacks when you're watching A Wondrous Night, because your jaw is going to be on the floor the whole time because it's incredible.
Like, next.
I just want to be clear. I was thinking of, is it Last Christmas that was
Yes.
Wham?
Yeah.
Yes.
This Christmas
Last
is
Christmas.
definitely not sung.
Doesn't
by
like
Wham.
Kelly Clarkson sing it?
She might have a cover.
Christina Aguilera. I'm on the Wikipedia page.
I'm thinking of Christina Aguilera. I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Who
And
sings
it's
it?
Christmas.
It's Donny Hathaway, but
Will
isn't this what Patti
be-
LaBelle sang?
Yes. What a background singers. Hang all the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better. Where are my background singers? There's
Maybe-
Christmas. The cards, honey, the cards. I don't know the right words. I can do that whole video.
So
I'm gonna add them all I can.
that's the song though. My apologies to Donny Hathaway for disrespecting you.
Will be very special Christmas. This better stay in the podcast, Adam. Anyway, we have another show. It is called Mrs. Claus's Magic Kitchen. Brand new show that debuted this year. And it is so cute. Basically, Mrs. Claus, Miss Girl wants to go viral for her baking show. And so she's enlisted the help of 2 people, kind of like elves, but not really because they're real people. And there's audience participation. There's a dance moment. Lots of like tricks. It's very cute. There's Snope. And that's really
Aw.
all I'm gonna say about it, so don't spoil it because it's really great and it's really cute, and I really hope that they continue the show because it's really good. It's over in Seaport Theater, where another show is there during the day. Um, it's a great time. It's really cute. I highly recommend. Mrs. Claus wanting to go viral. It's fun.
That is adorable. We didn't get to see this one because it was not available the night that we were there. I think it was just like new and there might have been some kind of technical issues or something, but it wasn't available. So we weren't able to see it, but I definitely want to see this show. It sounds adorable. I feel like I need to go back to SeaWorld to go see it because it sounds really cute.
So yeah, we did miss it. Bella, is it kind of like a one-woman show, or they're wonderful characters or special effects, or?
There are 3 people in the show: Mrs. Claus, and then Ren, and then I can't remember the guy's name. I've only seen him once, but it's cute. There's like not like special effects, but like sleight of hand, like magic. It's really cute. It's really cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds super cute. There is also Winter Wonderland on Ice. Did you see that, Bella?
I did see that. I saw it last week.
How was it?
It's so good. It's so good. They didn't have all the lighting working properly that night. Like they had no spots on anyone. So it was a little dark. And we were all the way up at the top because my friends and I, we like sitting up at the top of Bayside. But it is so good. It's what you expect from an ice skating show. Just ice skating, Christmas songs, a lot of fun costumes. There's some weird looking penguins that are really cute. It's just an all around good time. That's like a staple for most people with SeaWorld Christmas. And the other night was actually the first time I've ever seen it. Only took 3 years of me going to SeaWorld, but I finally saw it. And it's very cute. I definitely think everyone should watch it. Definitely one where you want to get your hot chocolate beforehand because it's a little long. There is a hot chocolate stand right outside Bayside, though. It's like they thought of that for you. Wow. But yeah, beautiful ice skating. Some of these people are, not some, all of these people are incredibly talented. So you should definitely go check it out. I believe they have 2 showtimes, 2 or 3. I believe 2. It's very good. It's very fun. All around. There's also a guy who plays the violin beforehand for the pre-show. It's great.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I know when we met up with Landon, patron and friend, that night that we went, he also had we done the ice skating show, and that was one of the ones that we just didn't have time to do because it was hard to plan around for us because we got there late. But he's like, "Did you see the ice skating show?" I said, "No, we didn't make it." He's like, "Oh, it's like the best show." So definitely bummed that we missed that. So I'm glad to hear it is indeed very good. I know we did pass by once they had like started corralling people. Like if you got in line earlier, you had the special reserve seating. It was packed by Bayside. So you may not want to pass by that way to get to Sesame. You might want to take the long way around just because it was like super packed. And also you should get there early if you do want to get to the show because getting the pipeline to there was not it was intense. But I wish we did get around to seeing it. Unfortunately, we did miss it. And the last show I think happens right before the fireworks, so you can stay seated, I believe, between the last Winter Wonderland into the fireworks, which we did see, and they were wonderful. But yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I really wish we saw this. Actually, Landon tortured us even more on the Instagram story when I asked if anyone had any questions about SeaWorld and said, "Yeah, how was the ice skating show?" So thank you for that, Landon. That was very rude because I'm so sad that I missed it. I did laugh though. But no, that's another one that I want to go back and see. And I think that's exactly what I would do is stay sitting there for the fireworks, which we can talk about after the shows, but I did really enjoy those. So I would definitely recommend staying for fireworks because it's the last thing of the night and it's a great way to end your evening, I think, in the holiday spirit. So we'll talk about more shows though first. Let's see. Well, Bella, did you see Elmo's Christmas Wish?
I have seen Elmo's Christmas Wish so many times. I love Elmo's Christmas Wish. I will tell you all about it. Thank you so much for asking. Elmo's Christmas Wish. It's literally exactly what it sounds. It is also in Seaport Theater, where Mrs. Claus Magic Kitchen is in the evening. And we got your best friends, Elmo, Grover, Rosita, Zoe, and Cookie Monster. And they're going to put on a little show for you because Elmo doesn't know what he wants for Christmas. He doesn't know what he wants to wish for. I know. Crazy. Like, we're getting so close to Christmas and he still doesn't know. He's 3.5. He should know by now. But
when I was 3.5, sorry, I just have to interject. When I was 3.5, I was showing Santa the catalogs. I said, Santa, I want this for $19.99, please.
You need to teach Elmo how to do it.
I know.
You got to teach him how to do that. But yeah, so, you know, got your classic Christmas songs. We got Run, Run, Rudolph. We got Jingle Bells by Rosita. We got All I Want for Christmas Is You, sung by Cookie Monster to his cookies. There are cookies. And it's
adorable.
It's so cute. And like, we wish you Merry Christmas. Like, it's very fun. Hot chocolate from Polar Express with bubbles from the ceiling. Like,
That's
it
beautiful.
is a party up in Seaport Theater during Elmo's Christmas Wish. There are usually 4 shows during the day, 4 or 5. Usually run from 11 to, I think their last one's usually 3:15. But definitely double check the app if you are planning on seeing that. If you're there in the afternoon, I definitely recommend. I'm there at Elmo's Christmas Wish a lot. I'm at all of the Sesame offerings quite a bit. If we wanted, I could also talk about the other 2 Sesame offerings we have for Christmas, since we're already talking about Sesame. Perfect. So we also have the Sesame Street Christmas Parade. Yeah! This is my favorite parade that Sesame does. They have one that runs every day when it's not Christmas. We have the Christmas parade, which is my favorite, and then we have the Halloween parade. And the Christmas one, it's just so good. So many bangers in there, and it will make you cry at the end. I cry every time I've seen it, and I've seen it quite a few times over the last 3 years.
It's that TikTok sound that's like quite a few times. 50 times? More. 100 times? More. That's you.
Yeah, that is me when it comes to Sesame Street offerings at SeaWorld Orlando. It's just, you just have to see it, because I don't want to spoil it for you, because it's just so good. Everyone's dressed up in their Christmas best, and it is an all-around good time. They usually have 3 parades on the weekends and on peak days. Times may vary, so definitely check the app for that. And then during the week, they run it once, usually around 2:30ish. So yeah, definitely, if you're in the area and you're able to go see it, go see it. Adam and Kelly saw it for the first time. What were your thoughts?
I would agree with you, Bella, that you need to see it. And also, like, could you think, like, oh, we're adults. We may have grown up with Sesame Street, but we're not all watching it now, you know? It's not for us. But by the ending, it's just that ending song.
You're just crying.
With the candles. Like, Kelly had a religious experience in a Wondrous Night, and I started going, like, why am I moved by the Sesame Street characters? And it's all about, again, like, the meaning of Christmas and stuff.
Telling the important people in your life how much you love them. It's the best. Kelly, really, what do you think?
I think that all of you need to stop at your preferred pharmacy on the way and get those little packages of tissues to bring in your bag, because yes, I did cry, but it was so good. I couldn't post any videos with sound of like the Count or like Bert and Ernie, because I was just screaming too hard, because these are like characters that I've loved my entire life, and I haven't really done a lot of the Sesame stuff. This was my second time on Sesame Street, but like I had never seen any shows or offerings there. The first time I went was during the day a couple years ago with my family, with my nieces and nephews, and my husband and I don't have kids, and we walked through and we were like, you know what? We'll meet you guys. We're going to go on Mako again because it's like a lot of kids during the day and it was kind of chaotic. And it was during the summer too, so it was like busy season and everything like that. But during the Christmas time where there are less crowds, which is nice. Of course, you're a parade, there's going to be people around, but if you get a nice early spot for the parade and you get to watch this gorgeous parade and these amazing characters and they're singing and the music is great and the dancing is so fun and the props are fun and the floats are awesome, like it was a wonderful experience. And I definitely understand the Sesame hype now because it was just so much fun and I felt like I was a kid again and I loved it. I did have to let some little kids stand in front of me while I was crying and watching this because I'm too tall, but it was awesome. There's also like areas like the stoop where you can kind of stand up higher if you want it to be a little further back and you'll still be able to see everything. So it was amazing.
I'm so glad that both of you loved it. It's my favorite. But we also have a third Sesame offering that just opened last weekend. It is called Happy Holidays from Sesame Street Land. It takes place in the land where Big Bird's ride used to be. They took it out. There's a stage back there now. Really cute. In that one, we have 2 dancers named Chloe and Chase. And then we have Elmo, Big Bird, Rosita, and Grover. And they're going to tell us about different holidays around the world and different holiday traditions. So you're going to learn about Christmas, you're going to learn about Kwanzaa, and you're going to learn about Hanukkah. And it is really cute. They used to do it on a float during like COVID times. And that was really cute, but it's so much cuter on a stage. It's still new. So like it just opened. So a lot of people haven't really seen it yet, but it's really adorable. They usually do 3 or 4 shows during the day. Those showtimes, I don't know. They should be on the app. I believe they're on the app. I have not seen them on the app. But they might be on there. They might not. If they're not, there's a sign outside of the stage with all your showtimes. But it's very cute. I'm excited to see what they do with the stage now that they have that space. Yeah, but that's all the Sesame offerings. What else is going on at SeaWorld Orlando, you guys?
So many things. So many things. First of all, when you were like, oh, most people haven't seen it yet, I was thinking, but Bella is not most people when it comes to Sesame.
No. Yeah, you guys got to experience the Sesame Parade with me.
Yes.
That was probably a fun experience.
It was wonderful.
It was beautiful. I loved it. And it was cool to see you in action as well. If y'all don't know, Bella is a photographer and she's an amazing photographer. And it was really cool to see her taking these shots. You're welcome. Not to mention everyone in Sesame loves Bella. She knows everyone there. So she is a celebrity over there. So it was really cool to see them like interact with her with her camera and take these shots. And then to see like those gorgeous shots now on her Flickr and the way they came out and like getting to relive the parade through that is really, really cool. So that was amazing too. But other offerings, so there are some meet and greets. There are Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer meet and greets. So I know we walked by, oh no, I haven't seen this movie in so long. What is his name with the red hair and the beard?
Yukon.
Yes, we got to walk past him. We saw Yukon and he was adorable. It was actually a very short wait. We were just on a mission, so we sprinted past, unfortunately. I'm so sorry, Yukon. But the waits were actually not bad. And that they were very adorable. And then I know there's other characters as well. I'm sure you can meet Rudolph. Oh, Bella
There's
knows.
Clarice. There you can meet Clarice and Rudolph. You can meet Sam the Snowman, which I look forward to every year. The first time I met him last year, I cried in front of him. I love Sam the Snowman. And then there's Yukon. And you can meet Bumble, the big Yeti guy.
I love Bumble.
And they have
Aw.
like the elves dressed up in the costume. We also at the front, there are a little gaggle of elves out front. Kind of by the it's like across from Seafire. Across. Like in front of the Guy Harvey store. That's where it is. There's some elves out there, and then there's some elves with Santa Claus as well. They're always fun to interact with.
And you can meet Santa in, is it the Wild Arctic?
In Wild Arctic, yep.
There are also, as you're walking around SeaWorld Orlando during the Christmas celebration, there are a variety of street performances during the Christmas celebration hours. We came across a ballerina in a snow globe. We came across some Nutcracker soldiers doing their colors. And there was the chair. There's a person stacking chairs and doing death-defying stunts just outside of the Shark Facts. And all of them were very entertaining. So definitely, like, even though you may be on a mission, definitely stop for a few minutes and watch these wonderful little programs.
Yeah, that was such an enjoyable addition to this because, you know, sometimes you can go to an event, not any that I can think of specifically, but just in general. And there's like, you know, they have the things that they have going on. They have the shows, they have the rides, whatever, food, but there's not anything really going on like in the in-between areas, you know, or there will be, I mean, I could say example, like the Disney parks sometimes and Universal, sometimes there are areas where it's like a certain land or something that's not really as themed. Like at Universal, maybe you're walking through like Marvel Superhero Island and you kind of get out of the spirit because there's not really any Christmas stuff going on there. It's just in, you know, like Harry Potter areas and of course Seuss Landing because Grinchmas. So in that park anyway, islands. So, you know, there are times where you're going for a Christmas themed thing and you get out of the spirit because you're walking through an area that's not got anything Christmas going on. That didn't really happen at all at SeaWorld. I mean, there was not an area that was lacking in any Christmas department. There were either lights or shows or both at all corners or some kind of theming and decoration, which was really exciting. Lots of lights. And actually they do have the sea of trees is what they call it, which I think is really cute. And as you're walking around, you'll see all the Christmas trees in the water, right in the middle of the park. And at night, they're all lit up after it gets dark and it's just gorgeous. They're all different and beautiful. And they interact with the fireworks as well, or at least the ones in the very middle do, which is amazing. So it was so cool. But I did love the Holiday Reflections firework finale, which was really amazing. And this is all the way at the end. So you're going to want to do anything else that you want to do before this. Also, one thing to keep in mind is that a lot of the rides close. So, you know how there's the rule like, oh, if you get in line by this time, you can go on the ride. That will not be the case for all of the rides that are in that area. So things like Pipeline, for example, I can't remember all of them. I believe Manta was still running because that's also kind of in that area. But a lot of the rides that are over the water, like right there, will be closed because the fireworks would not be safe with that. So just keep in mind, get everything you want to do done in well enough time for the fireworks, especially if it's a ride that is near the fireworks there. So get your seating. There's plenty, well, seating, you know, standing. Of course, we mentioned that you can buy specific VIP fireworks seating, but then you can also just stand anywhere where you can see the lagoon and the sea of trees. What did you think of the fireworks, Adam?
Oh, they're lovely. And they're done to a lot of John Williams' Home Alone music. I was like, this is really good Christmas music. Let me find out what it is. And sure enough, they're John Williams arrangements. And that's always a good thing. The, fireworks. God, they go boom and they're good. They're colorful. They go pop, pop, pop.
Good. They go.
I mean, they're fireworks. What can I, if you like?
That's the only review that you need. If you
There's
like
the
fireworks,
there's the title of the episode.
they go boom and they're good. If you like fireworks, you're gonna like this show. That's all I
If you
gotta
like things
say.
that go boom, you're gonna think it's good.
If you like things that go boom. I concur.
Fireworks. I
Fireworks.
haven't seen them yet. I usually see them when I'm walking out.
Well, let me tell you.
They go boom.
They go boom. You like boomers? This show's a boomer. And it's a
Amazing.
banger with some banger tracks by Johnny Dubs.
They were great. The music was great.
It's a boomer, not your grandparents.
And amazing. And it's a short show as well, which is good. Like it's a good amount. You're not going to be standing there like, okay, when is it over? You know, it's a good short. It gets everything going. I can't with you two. It's a great show. It's a great show. So I think that wraps up all of the event offerings. We had a fantastic time. The last question is, who is this event for and is it worth it? So I'll start off with my thoughts. I definitely think it's worth it. I would say it's especially worth it if you are someone who already has daytime admission. So if you have an annual pass, if you have a fun card, I would definitely make sure you're going to this event multiple times. If you don't, I still think a day ticket is worth it, especially if you get there early. If you're getting there just for the event, like when it starts in the evening, I think it would be a little pricey for just a few hours because you only have until I think it's 9 o'clock. So just make sure, and it starts at 5. That's only a few hours. I would say if you're going earlier in the day and getting all the things done that you want to do, it's definitely worth it because this is such a great addition to the park. It's a great way to end your night. And I loved it so much. So I would say it's for anyone who loves Christmas. It's great for families. Obviously, there's a lot of great offerings for children. They would love a lot of the there's plenty of food offerings that are for kids or adults. There are great shows for the kids, especially in Sesame, and some of those you can see during the day like we talked about. So that is also great that you can do some of those things with your daytime admission before the evening stuff starts. So I would say great for families, great for none of us brought kids or anything, and we all had a great time. We are just those childless millennials / Gen Zs. But we're kind of, on the cusp there. Except for Bella. Bella's definitely a Gen Z.
I am 100% Gen Z. Adam just put Christmas lights on his Zoom thing, but he just had fireworks on it, and it said, "Your text here." And it was the funniest thing ever, and you missed it. I'm sorry, everyone, that we don't have a video aspect. I really think we should do that one time.
We should, but the funny part, it was supposed to be a GIF.
Oh, of them going boom?
Yes.
You have Christmas lights. I don't have anything
Christmas lights
in
on
my
the
background.
I have Christmas lights too, except it's the Stranger Things background.
It is, but it's amazing. Okay, anyway.
There we go.
But anyway, to sum it up, I think anyone who enjoys Christmas will have a good time. Kids included, adults included, childless adults included, everybody included. Teenagers, especially if you let them roam free and ride those roller coasters. Like, the roller coasters are great at this park. It's a great time. So yeah, what do you guys think?
I definitely think people should visit this event. I've always said, with my 3 years of going to SeaWorld, regularly, that it is probably the best Christmas event in Orlando, just because of the amount of offerings that they have that are included in your day ticket. And yeah, there might be some operations issues. So just kind of like go into there. Some things might be different. But I always have a great time. It's always fun. I love all the shows. I love the hot chocolate. And really, that's all you need. Like, I definitely recommend going if you have a pass and you're able to, or like if you're able to buy a day ticket and go. I definitely recommend that you do that.
It is wonderful. Yeah, I think you're right, Bella. In terms of like what it offers with your park admission, it's definitely a banger. It's
Go boom.
It go boom.
And it's good?
It's good. But yeah, you're right. Like, as far as also like operations, like Busch and SeaWorld, they do have a reputation as far as operations, especially on the rides go. But Kelly is also right. They are world-class roller coasters. Mako Manta's my favorite of all time. Pipeline is fun. Icebreakers is fun. Icebreakers fun. It is good. I don't now as far as like that versus Christmas Town, I don't know if as far as that versus Christmas Town, Busch Gardens, I think that depends on which roller coasters do you prefer or which rides you prefer. Are you closer? Are you nearer? Are you farer? Further.
You are wherever you are, nearer,
Wherever you are, yeah.
farer, wherever
If you
are.
want to see the Sesame Street characters, that's another thing to
They
keep
also
in
have
mind.
that at Busch, though.
They do?
They have
Part
a
of
Sesame
fun.
Yes! I was at the media opening for that when I was a baby. Not a baby, but I was a little kid. I met Kevin Clash. He used to voice Elmo. Yeah, girl.
Where is Sesame at Busch Gardens?
It's by the birds.
By the birds. Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Mhm.
I have lived
There's
in
some
Tampa
really scary
my whole life.
topiaries of Big Bird and Elmo. Terrifying.
Oh,
yeah,
I remember
that-
those during horror nights.
Yeah, they're scary. Hollow
'Cause
Scream.
it's-
They're scary.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hallow Scream. That one.
But yeah, they
'cause
have
it's
an almost
dark over
Christmas
there.
Wish. They have an
there
almost Christmas Wish.
is.
It's longer.
Okay.
It's different.
See, I have never been to the Sesame area at Busch Gardens because I just walk right past it because it's very easy to walk past because you have to walk like into it instead of walking through it. And I have never gone with Bella to Busch Gardens. So I forgot that I have passed the Sesame Land billions of times because I've been to Busch Gardens a lot. So my bad. Didn't realize they had an Elmo's Christmas Wish there. That's cool. So anyway, never mind. But the Sesame stuff I can vouch for at SeaWorld. I have not done it at Busch Gardens. I love Christmas Town. I haven't been in a couple years. I went like 2 years ago, I think, or 3 years ago. Hopefully we'll get to go to that at some point. I have been meaning to get an annual pass for Busch Gardens again because it's literally 30 minutes from me instead of 2 hours. Or with traffic, 3 hours, apparently. So that is a good thing to note. Like if you're in the Tampa Bay area, like we are, that's also a great event to check out. But can highly vouch for SeaWorld this year because they have just so many incredible offerings. The offerings are going to be different at Busch Gardens, but if it's closer, more feasible for you, or you already have a fun card there, keep in mind that Christmas Town is also included in your admission, and check out what they have on the website because the website always does a good job of explaining everything that they have.
Yeah, that is true. But I know for my pass holder friends, I've been like, "Have y'all been to SeaWorld Christmas Celebration yet?" And I said no. I said, "Well, yeah, we should probably go. It's a pretty good time." And again, as I said before, like, the shows are so good, at least the ones that we caught, and apparently the rest are just as good, like Mrs. Claus and Winter Wonderland on Ice, and Elmo's Christmas Wish. And I guess all the ones we talked about, you just heard the episode, you know the shows we're talking about. But like, I'm thinking of people I could like this guy at church who really likes some really good religious themed things and that can enjoy what the show has, or like families that I know is like, hey, if y'all are planning to go to SeaWorld at all and like you're looking to go someplace for Christmas, SeaWorld's not a bad place to go, and I think you're gonna get a lot out of that. Again, if you love roller coasters and Christmas, it's hard to kind of say that SeaWorld Christmas Celebration is not a good idea. We really had fun there. It was a wonderful time. I enjoyed spending time with both of y'all, and at the end of the day, that's what it's about. That's where we go to theme parks, to get stories and experience stories and fun, and to make our own stories and fun. And it was a great time.
It was so good. And this was my first intro into the Christmas season this year, and it was a fantastic way to do it. Because we, Universal hadn't started yet. I have now done Grinchmas once, and we'll talk about that on a later episode. But Grinchmas wasn't open yet. Disney hadn't really, they had some decorations up, but they hadn't started doing their Christmas stuff yet, which I'm doing that this weekend. So this was the first one that I went to that was ready to go and had all their Christmas stuff, and it's very Christmas. Like, it gets you so in the holiday spirit more than some of the other ones do. So definitely absolutely recommend, and I think it needs to be a part of your Christmas season theme park visits if you are in the area, because it's definitely worth it. Or if you're making a trip, it's great.
Yeah, I'm a notable Grinch, an infamous Grinch when it comes to Christmas season. Kind of burnt out on it, but not at this event. It lifted me up. It lifted my spirits. It made me misty and emotional. It's like, what Christmas movie can I watch to get this feeling again? Give me the Bed Bath and Beyond candles.
So I can experience Christmas.
That's beautiful. Adam's the Grinch and Bella and I are the Who's, but his heart grew 3 sizes at SeaWorld Christmas.
It did. And if that's not a ringing endorsement, I don't know what is.
Love that. And that's our show, folks.
Sleigh bells ring, are you there, sleigh? I was gonna say sleigh, but I was like, why not make it festive?
Yeah.
Sleigh, but festive.
They go boom and are good.
They go boom, they're good. 2 shirt ideas this episode.
Boom!
But yes, that's been our show. If you do go to SeaWorld Christmas Celebration, let us know what you think. If you win because of us, we're honored. But yes, we had a great time. We're going to do more Christmas episodes coming up. Sir Henry's is going to be like next week. And we're very excited to talk about our time there at that media night. And we love that event anyway. So we're excited to tell you about that, as well as other offerings like Frenchmas and Disney. Not the hard tickets.
Disney.
Yeah.
Disney.
So
Bella's going to Disney too.
I am, but I'm not doing any of the Christmas stuff. I'm not going to the party.
I'm not either.
No, I'm just going to Magic Kingdom. I want to go see Brendan Fraser though.
He's in the middle of
I'm
November.
So jealous.
Or sorry, December, middle of December.
I'm thinking I might be blocked out,
Oh,
but I want to go.
I'm not blocked out.
Well,
I just had work.
Well, if y'all, Kelly, if you,
Okay. I'm in. Yes, but I'm seeing Candlelight this weekend. So I'm going to Epcot this weekend. I'm going to Hollywood Studios, but I'm not going to Jollywood Nights. I've heard mixed things about it, but
you're not missing.
Yeah. I'm hoping that it gets better. I actually am a little salty because I love Hollywood Studios at Christmas, and now they're making me pay for it extra, and I don't want to. So, but the decorations are still cute. So I'm excited to go there, but very excited to talk about Festival of the Holidays soon. And then I'll talk to you about Grinchmas as well. I actually didn't get to do as much as I wanted to because it was super busy opening weekend. So I'm going again the second weekend in December, and I'll probably have more to say at that point. But yeah, I'm excited, and we can't wait to tell you all about the Christmas stuff.
So to keep track of all of that, of course, follow the show on your whatever podcast app you're listening to now, or on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, the rest, more than I know about, actually, because I put it on Spotify for podcasters. Subscribe to YouTube, leave a comment, answer our polls on Spotify. Of course, you can follow our workshop socials, our Theme Park Workshop socials, on Twitter at WorkshopTP and at Theme Park Workshop on Kelly. What are they all?
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I think that's all of them.
Yes. You can follow me on Twitter at AdamJ_film if that itches your fancy. Kelly and Bella, where can the people find you should they choose, as you should?
You can find me on Instagram at Flynrider's Nose, or on Twitter at Bella Harvey with 2 Y's. Yes, that is it. And then I'm also over on the Theme Park Workshop Twitter, which is Workshop TP. That's where you can find me.
And you can find me at killer_Kells on Twitter, Kells.hoff on Instagram. Kells is always spelled with an S. And you can also message me on the Theme Park Workshop Instagram as well, or the TikTok or the Facebook, but I never get notifications for messages on there, so I might not see those right away. I mean, I don't think anyone usually messages us there. Usually it's Instagram. So message me on Instagram or message Bella on the Twitter.
Yes. I think that covers everything. So, everyone, happy holidays, and we'll see you real soon.
They go boom and they're good.
They go boom.
Bye.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening?
In the way.
No
What is
one's
it?
listening.
Adam, your turn.
A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight.
Walking in
a
winter wonderland.
Land.
And many more.
On Channel 4.
with Mandy Moore.
Oh, and all the rest on CBS.
Cause this is us.
On Disney Plus. They go boom.